And we're live. Get this a little bit closer. I tried adjusting the camera, but I really don't know what I'm going to get until I have it up. And, well, for now, it is what it is. I have so... Hi, welcome. Between the last stream and this stream, I have sewn the entire perimeter of my donuts. I still have the interior of my donut to do, and this is proving harder than the exterior because of my limitations of arm length. My arms are not long enough to comfortably sew the hole in any normal, comfortable position. So although it seemed like a bigger job to do the exterior of the donut, it is turning out to be a major pain in the ass to do the interior of the donut, which you would have thought would have gone by faster. But it is the nature. You never know till you know, and then you know. So, ouch. I have been doing early morning stream. Well, not that early. Early for me, morning streams. Well, not even that early for me. For these streams. But today, this is the time that I had to stream. And this project is almost done. I am like this close to the end. And I had time to film today, and so we are just doing it a late stream. Anybody who catches this on the replay, welcome, glad you made it. Okay, let me wax my thread, it really does make a difference. Yeah. So I am nearly done, and I want to see what's going on. So I was thinking about the belt for this one, and I really wasn't liking the yellow belt. And even if I do a yellow belt, a velvet one is just not the right material for the job. Here we go, sorry. But I still had that issue of I wanted to tuck in the blouse, and I wanted it to fold over and blouse nicely and evenly. Well, I solved it by just putting you guys can't see it. I tied a ribbon around the waist that isn't velvet. Like this one's a grosgrain ribbon, but a satin ribbon, or just gathers where I want them and then tucked into the skirt. And I really like it. It could even be as simple as a pair of shorts underneath with the blouse tucked into the shorts. And then the mini skirt pulled over the top of that. So I like that I can easily tuck that shirt in. I was getting a little disheartened because having the velvet belt on the velvet top on the velvet skirt was just not a very good combination. So that's why this one's currently tucked in and I'm enjoying it. I think it looks very nice. I got this dress form over here off of the table and actually back onto its stand so that I can hopefully give this a test twirl tonight. That's what I really wanted to do. And I want to add a hoop to this. I really do like the layers and I like the paper dolliness of how it feels. But to get that really good cone, I want to add a hoop. But I want to add the hoop after you put the swirl on. So I want to add little ties where it can just tie in the quadrants of where I want it to hold its place. So I have a pattern. I've been chewing on this idea, and I have a pretty good idea of how I want to do it. But I need a hoop. probably as simple as like a small hula hoop, to tell you the truth. Yeah. Oh, you're blocking Toby. Come here. Toby, how you doing, baby? I didn't even see Toby crawl in here with me. Oh. How are you guys all doing? How's your evening going? Mine has finally calmed down, and I just wanted to get some work done on this. And I feel like I'm so close to finishing it up that I figured I might as well go live while I did it. I know I make way more progress when I'm not live, but that's not fun, is it? Guys, hear that? That's Toby chewing on his toenails. Ew. I really like how this skirt is coming out. It's huge and it's fun and twirly. And it's definitely making me figure out how short my arms are. I'm trying to do with good posture so I don't have like the pain in the back. You know, post-project, I'm like, I did the project. Got a nice little hump now. No. I'm almost through one circle. I did multiple circles. It's a spiral. But I have to stitch the lining in place before I start twirling this around, because it really needs to be held together. Okay. What's nice is that because instead of pushing down into the cardboard fabric combo, I'm going up, I can use the table as a thimble and use it to stab the needle through instead of my hands, because they have definitely been poked and poked and poked that I have like holes from this project. They'll go away, but that repetitive motion over and over again. But I'm using the table to push the needle through, and it definitely is saving my fingers. Smarter, not harder. Yeah. This shouldn't take forever, knock on wood. I don't have any wood, but I feel like the closer I get to the end, the more things that I can think about I need to do. That's for sure. I need to trim that. Stay. I overcut my fabric, and so I have to trim it down a little bit, but I'd rather have to trim it down a little bit than not have enough and have a bald spot. Eesh, that'd be terrible. Here we go. So, almost done with this needle. but I left another needle right where this one's about to leave off. That's so crazy that it worked out that way. So my math was right on the amount of circle coverage that I needed, but as soon as I cut my circle for my lining, because I had just barely enough, and I had it all laid out flat and pulled funny, there was just a narrow strip that wasn't covered, that got pulled out from just the stretch of the fabric. So I patched in a piece, and I have a needle and thread from where I patched it in that I left attached. So that is going to kind of line up perfectly where this needle and thread is running out. Okay. With this arm draping over the neck of my dress form, it looks like she's like a wounded soldier. Knock this one off. Let me pre-knit this. As I'm kind of coming towards the end of this project, there's like so many things that I'm just, like little loose ends that I feel I keep thinking of, and it's like, oh, let me fix that real quick. Let me do this real quick. But it's all kind of wrapping up, so my brain's starting to go on to other projects and other projects. And this project has been making me think about that one, what was that video game? Barbie fashion designer where you could print out the fashions. This really gives me that vibe. I kind of want to print out a circle skirt. I have a laser cutter, and looking at those patterns, and I'm like, ooh, I could totally Barbie fashion designer print out on my laser printer into the fabric and make those stinking dresses in real life. That'd be fun. Eventually. What? Is it? Am I to that spot yet? I am. It is time to go to the next layer down. Believe it or not, this actually makes sense. Okay. Whew. There's fuzz everywhere now. But now the other circle is on the top. I just went all the way around, and now the other circle's on top, so I have to go around this circle. But I am getting there, slowly but surely. Welcome, Bernie Davis. Holy guacamole. Felicia's streaming at night. Howdy, friend. I just bought a measuring tape. Just need a friend to help take my measurements. Yes, it definitely does help having somebody else take your measurements. From the sheer fact of when you hold something here to here and then you look, it can change the measurement from like, you could get a few inches off from a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. So if you do end up measuring yourself, do it in the mirror, sitting up as straight as you can. Probably tie a ribbon around your waist so you have an actual tangible line that you're measuring to. It will be very helpful. No, there. It's easier to do this not blind, but my arms are only so long. I can only get so close to where I'm sewing. It's weird sewing at arm's length away. This is a big pizza pie, a big donut. Yes. Sewing this little circle part has been more painful for my back than the whole rest of this project. Yes, Bernie Davis, donuts. This totally gives me giant donut vibes. Nope, that's too far. Okay. Can't see what I'm doing. It's okay, this one's short enough. I need to tie it off. So I decided to count how many needles and threads I have gone through on this part of the skirt. And the closest guess so far is 1,000,000, which is pretty accurate, but at more or less about this length each, whether it's a little bit shorter or longer, whether I cut off a knot or not, the perimeter up the side, down the other side, and to get all the way around so far has taken me 22 needles and threads to get through. Doesn't feel that bad. It does feel more like 1,000,000, but 22 doesn't seem that bad. It's okay. I can thread this live. It's always extra hard when people are watching. Oh, Danda's junk, you're still here. I use a sting or cord, wrap it around when I need to measure, then I take the measurements of that section of cord. That is a very smart way to do it. That's how they used to do it before they had any standards of measurements. They would take a tape and they would say, like this is the start of the tape, and then they'd have the waist measurement, the bust measurement, and they're all marked within the tape. So you could have all of your measurements stored on one basic measuring tape, which is, I think, a pretty cool way to do it, especially if you know which measurements you're looking for. But knowing where your waist is, or at least having a constant for your waist, patterning. Okay. Yes, I can't quite reach. It's so far away. It feels, it's not this far away, but it's just far away enough that I feel so far away from this. Really do. Let me trim this down a little bit. Trim off the excess. Let me wax this thread. I say it out loud so I remember to do it. Okay. Wax thread. Wax on, wax off. Measure. Bernie Davis, I hope more people show up and join the chants. That's half the fun of the streams. I'm glad you enjoyed that part. I've noticed that at nighttime, it's harder for the majority of the rest of the world to make it at this time, even though this time is way more convenient for me to stream. It seems to be not so convenient for like everyone else. I feel like I'm sewing this in so many weird positions. Earlier I had my foot up on the table and I'm stretched out and I'm like, it's definitely making me feel like I have short arms, and it's not that big of a circle. Okay. I was just thinking about taking your own measurements, and I feel like I pretty much break my own rules and take my own measurements all the time, and I'm constantly referencing like how things fit on myself. But the one measurement that I have the hardest, I can't take my own measurement of, is the shoulder to shoulder. You take that behind you from your shoulder bone to your shoulder bone. And I have very flexible shoulders, and I just can't figure out what that measurement should be for me. It can go anywhere from a 12.5 to a 14, depending on which part of the shoulder I'm measuring. And so, because I think the biggest ones where people mess up in general are when they're measuring their shoulder to apex or shoulder to waist at side, because where you think your waist is and where your apex is and your apex to waist, you need to know where your waist is that you're measuring from. That's why you would tie a string around your waist and have that as the constant reference point. And then you could get off a few inches if you lean forward or sit down. You know, like, look, it can change your measurements. So doing it in front of a mirror, you can avoid that. So there's like ways to do it, get around, like, it's 100% better to have somebody else do your measurements, but if you're going to take your own measurements, what you're avoiding is the leaning and the distorting of your measurements. The one measurement that I really just can't take of myself is my shoulder to shoulder. Yeah. I have my dress forms that I can check on, but they don't have actual arms attached. So it's a little harder to gauge that measurement. So far away. I don't like sewing the center circle. I was hoping that if I was live, it would be a little more entertaining. I think I'm just being grumpy because it's late. I am definitely more of a morning person. Okay. So close. I am excited for twirling. I really like how twirly the skirt is. Working on the skirt is definitely getting me very excited about the new Barbie movie coming up. Because this is just like that shade of Barbie pink. And then it got me thinking what my favorite Barbie was. Honestly, my childhood favorite Barbie was some Barbie that I got that was like the red holiday Teresa Barbie. She had gorgeous red dress. I absolutely loved her because she had the red dress and the brown hair like me. But if I was to dress up like a Barbie, I think my favorite one is like totally hair Barbie. I also had that one because she had the hair down to her ankles or shins. Either that or that like one Barbie with the jewels swimsuit. I like that one too. I don't know. I feel like you could be anything if you wanted to be Barbie. Yeah. One year as a girls' camp counselor, we had like a toy themed camp theme and our cabin was Barbie. Please believe I went way over the top. It was amazing. We had the Barbie's dream cabin. Yeah. Brittany Davis, they're coming along nicely. Very colorful, very animated. Oh, I'm absolutely loving how cartoony these are. They are so bright. They are colorful. I'm loving it. I love the intensity of the colors. I like the textures. You got the shiny and the matte next to each other, and it just pops. Oh, that needs a body in it, is what it needs. You're like, oh yay, I'm finally gonna get it closer to me. Nope, it's just gonna be a little further away. But at the right angle-ish. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what I absolutely have to do. This one's pretty much done. There's one thing that I have to do to this bodice, and you can't really tell until you turn it at just the right angle. There it is. You guys see it? I have to take care of this little gap right there. I just have to fill it in with some of the blue velvet because most angles it's fine. Like it really is. But I want it to be seamless. So I have to tuck in a little bit of blue fabric there. Bernie Davis in the early 2000s, there was a doll line from the Mattel Collect Flavors to go toe to toe with the Bratz, but I always called them Gangsta Bitch Party. That was a special time, wasn't it? Honestly, I feel like Barbie just has to try everything. She really does. For better or worse, I will forgive her. She tried it. stabbing myself. It's okay. There. Okay. Definitely finding out how short my arms are. I'm making a little bit of progress. Remember, use the table and not my finger to push the needle through, because my finger's starting to get holes in them. Bernie Davis, windbreaker today, must be breezy. It's my favorite jacket. I've had this thing since way too long. It is my old high school dance team jacket. It's just my funky jacket. I felt like wearing it today because I'm in actually comfy clothes. I just realized you guys can't see my outfit, but I'm sitting here cross-legged. Just bumpy because I want to get this done. It's getting there. It's almost there. This close. But it's just ever so slightly chilly that this is like the right warm. I don't know. Some days it's just like, I need to wear this jacket. There's no way around it. This is the jacket today. This is my favorite jacket, and I think it's ugly. And I thought it was ugly when I got it, but I absolutely love it. I love it so much. And it is the best for all weather. Okay. I think it's about time to start tying this thread off. My spine. Reaching over like this reminds me of ballet when you have to hold your arms up and then you just don't realize how heavy your arms are. Yeah, I'm just complaining. I'll stop. Because when I'm done, I get to have a pretty skirt. I have priorities. Okay. And we're up to 23 needles and threads. Jeez, getting there. I thought there was going to be about 18 was my low number, and about 30 to the high number. So I guess we're in the middle there. I can thread this. I've threaded 23 others of these. Haha, there we go. Rainy Davis, I saw the new Netflix Power Ranger special, and the suits look a little off because of the neck piece. Take a look when you can. I didn't realize that Netflix has had a new Power Rangers come out. But I feel like there have been constantly new Power Rangers forever. Let me see. Netflix Power. Hi, Spooky. Yeah? Okay. Yeah? Okay. I don't know if I'm coming up with the right pictures. Hi, Spooky. What's going on? I really don't see him. I hear him. I heard him. I know he is near. The little shadow ninja, I don't see him. Oh well. Oh, it came out today and it's for the 30th anniversary. Okay, I have not. It didn't pop up on my, when I Googled it. I'll have to look actually harder, but probably not right now because I'm just live trying to figure this out. Let me trim this down. This is way too long. I swear there was a Spooky somewhere. I feel like he's staring at me, but I don't know where he is. I see Toby. I don't see Bruno. I think Bruno's upstairs, Funky. Has no desire to be down here with me. Okay. I hear you. Oh, there you are, Spooky. How are you? Come here. Hi, Spooky. Oh, it's the Spooky. Spooky, I really don't want you on my pretty velvet pink skirt, so I'm not going to put you on there. I know that's exactly where you want to sit. That's not going to happen today. But you can be on the cardboard behind me. I know you'll like that. Here. Okay. Hi, Toby. Sorry I'm not paying attention to you. Can you go lay low? And we'll be right back after these messages. We'll be right back. So close, I can taste it. It's almost there. Spooky, Toby, and Bruno too. Bruno's not here. Spooky and Toby were hanging out with me, but they just left me. Bruno had no desire to hang out with me. He is in bed being comfortable. Ah. I twist my spine. I don't know, but sewing the middle of this is just killing my spine. Doing it so far away. I like it, but it's just... extreme sewing sometimes. So my biggest worries about using velvet is the color change that can happen with it depending on the grain line and all of that and different pieces being together. I'm so glad that I got past that. I kept my grain line consistent. It turned out really great. My brain definitely hurt overthinking this problem, but yay! Because it definitely changes ever so slightly, but noticeably. Yeah. Okay. So there is a right side and a wrong side to this. Right now I have the wrong side up, underside up, so that my stitches are favored towards the back and you don't see them as much. What? So I'm going to have this flipped over, and then there's a front and there is a back, but that's not as important because it's symmetrical. All right. Feel better, Toby? Yeah? Okay. You guys ready to see this go onto the dress form? Part of me wants to take off the top before I start trying to twirl this around just because I know how complicated it is. But yeah, I think the skirt goes on before the blouse. And that's what's gonna happen. But I can officially see if it's gonna work. Let me take this belt off. Untying this. Off. All right, I have a twirly skirt. This is the top, that's the bottom. I find it's best if I kind of twirl it. And then twirly, twirly, twirly. Must stay 6 feet away. Okay. So, this. Okay. Stay. So this is why I want the hoop tied up on the bottom of it, just to hold these layers a little more fun and forward. Because they do play around and there's a lot of movement in it, but I think a hoop would hold it very nicely. This thing's so big it doesn't fit in frame. Okay. Stay. I'm too big to fit around this. I just wanted to adjust the back. There we go. Okay. I feel way too big for this. Okay. Just going to put the jacket off. Ah! So I don't feel like I'm taking up all the space. And let me Oops, I undid the top. Push this barrel back here. So here's one. Ta-da! So far, hi Toby, you taking a look at my work. And here's this lady so far. So. Whew, that's a big giant skirt. It is definitely an arm's length away. A lot to think about. Kind of what details to finish up, how to make these things a little bit more solid. Yeah. You know, lots of things to think about. I'm having fun though. Loving this George Jetson, this Jetson dress. It's giving me those vibes. Originally, I wanted a blousey one like this for this one so that it could tuck in. I wonder if I should still do that. I have the blousey pattern. I have the leftover velvet. It's not a lot, but it's a thought. I don't know, I'll have to sleep on it. But I really, really wanted to get through sewing this stupid middle of the skirt where I realize how short my little arms are. Now that that torturous part is done, I just have the last little finishing details to do. And it's the fun home run stretch. Yeah. Probably should call Raul tomorrow, just kind of pick his brain, see what he's thinking, so I can do any last minute changes that I need to do. But I think it's coming along. This is a long pink tie, that's a short little blue tie, oversized collars. This one is above the shoulders. This one is below the shoulders. Kind of both cones, like an ice cream cone. Yep, very cartoony. Bernie Davis, like unwrapping a roll of fruit by the foot. Definitely twirly twirly. Hi, Austin Lisps, welcome. Yes, very Jetsonsy. Okay. I am not going to stay up super late tonight. I'm actually going to call it a night. I got the stupid hard part over with. And I might go live tomorrow. I may just finish up the last few bits of here and there and send it off. And then we will have to wait in suspense to see the final product. But I may do like one last live stream, but they're going to be gone Friday. So that's exciting. Yay! Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for keeping me company as I did this. Yes, and the closest number of needles I used to use this project was 1 million. No, I used 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23 needles and threads. I have a lot of poke holes in my fingers. They're a little tender. Realize how short my arms are. But the hard part's done and I get to forget all of that part and just appreciate that I have a fun twirly skirt to play in now. Yes, that is totally going to happen. Anyways, yes, have a good night. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for watching on the replay. I'm so excited. This is going to go off and be fun. Austin Lips, I have a couple minutes. Hey, a couple of minutes ago, I just tuned in on the flip phone. On it worked, but someone picture on it turned off. What do I do? I don't know. Well, I am going to sign off because I'm done for tonight. I'm gonna get some sleep. I'll probably be more in the morning / afternoon tomorrow if I do go live, knock on wood. I promise nothing. You'll have to just wait and see if I do go live. But yeah, thank you guys and good night. See you guys later. Bye.